What's up guys, my name's Alex and welcome to the Bug Out Life YouTube channel. Alright, so in today's episode we're going to head up to Fibreglass on the Sunshine Coast. Those are the guys that make the fiberglass composite panels which are going to make up our walls on the camper. They're going to measure those out and over the next few weeks cut those out for us. From there we're going to get a bit more work done on the actual trailer frame itself, such as the park brakes, some clearance lights, number plate, bracket, and a few other little bits and bobs from there. If you guys haven't already, please check out my previous video where I announced a subscriber giveaway, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. All right, so we've made it over here to the Fibreglass workshop. Let's head inside and see what they've got going on. All right, so as you guys can see, they make everything in-house here at Fibreglass. Everything from the polyurethane foam to the fiberglass panels. They glue them all together, gel coat them all here in-house, Australian made. Make sure for your next project, you guys check out Fibreglass on the Sunshine Coast because these guys are the best in the business. All right, so our panels have all been measured up now here at Fibreglass. I'm gonna leave them in the capable hands of these guys here to get those made and cut to shape and size. And we'll come back in a couple of weeks and get those fitted. All right, so we're back here at the Bug Out headquarters. Now, something I didn't do before I went to Fibreglass was take measurements of where I wanted my windows and doors to be. So what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna head to my mate's place. He's gonna act as a second set of hands and hold them where I need them while I take some measurements. And then we'll get those measurements sent over to Fibreglass so they can cut them out of our wall panels. All right, good morning guys. It is the next day here. I say we get straight into working on this trailer frame. I think we'll start with the brakes. Let's do it. All right, so what my thought is here for the guides, for these cables that run back to the brakes, is to just use a couple of chain links that I have lying around. I'm thinking I'm gonna cut them long ways here so that we have this nice little pocket that we can weld to the frame, and then that'll allow our cable to slide in between that when it's pulled and pushed. I think that should do the trick. So I've just very lightly tacked on my first one up the front here, and then second one right at the back before it goes past the tyre. I'm just going to roll a 2 for now. I'm hoping that's going to be enough, but if it turns out that it's not, I'll just add another one in later on. All right, so we've tightened the clamp up at the end there where it attaches to the actual lever. And if we put pressure on this side here, pretending that that side's connected too, I think that actually looks pretty good for where we have our holders. So we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and then we'll see if it works. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if this handbrake works. So without it on, easy pull and push. Let's have a look. Sorry about that tight. This comes, but it's definitely tighter. I might just have to adjust those brakes a bit. So let's have a look at that and see if it improves it or not. All right guys, so what you want to do to adjust these drum brakes here is you need to jack your wheel up so that you can spin it freely. And what you want to do is you want to listen for the brake pads just slightly touching on the rotation. Not touching so much that it slows it down, but touching just so that you hear that tiny little scratch. And to do that, there's a little, I guess a window down in the hub here. There might be a little black plastic cap that you have to take off to get into it, like this. All right, so you take that off, you take your flathead screwdriver, and essentially you just tighten up that spring in there until you hear that nice little grind that you want to hear, or you can back it off if there's too much. So let's do that and we'll see if we have any improvement. All right, so that's our first side done. If I stick my microphone just in the hub there, you'll probably be able to hear that slight grind, and that'll give you an idea of what you need to do on yours. So have a listen. As hopefully you guys can hear, there's just a very slight grind there. It's not too much, but that's gonna basically make sure our brake pads are in the spot that they need to be to make sure that handbrake works perfectly for us. So let's put this side down, head over to the other side, do that, and then we'll see if we have some better handbrake. All right, that's definitely a bit of a fiddly job, but make sure you have a torch with you, and if you have one of those caddy rollers, that makes it a lot easier as well. Don't forget to put your dust cap back on at the end, and make sure that your clamps for the actual cables are pretty tight, otherwise they'll slip. So let's have a look if this handbrake has gotten any better. So without, yep, easy. Whoops. That's a lot better. I'm 110 kilos and I'm putting quite a bit of force into that, and it's not rolling, so I'll say that's a success. All right, so now that the handbrake's all done and tightened up, I'm gonna have a look at the electronic trailer brakes here now. I'll do most of it off camera, I'll do a little bit of time lapse, but it might take me a little while, so I'll give you guys an update soon. All right, so a quick update for you guys. I've wired up this left-hand side here. It's all been put into the junction box. I've jacked up the wheel so it free spins. Let's go out to the front where I've hooked up a battery to the accessory and see if these brakes work. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna touch the power. Awesome, they work. So good to see that works there. What we'll do from here is we'll attack the other side, get the same thing done, and then hopefully we're all done with the trailer brakes. All right, so our other side's all wired up here. Let's see if it works. Looks pretty good to me. All right, so our handbrake and our electric brakes all wired up now, ready to go. What we haven't done yet though is weld on some zip tie brackets on this right-hand side here for our cabling to attach to. So we'll get that done now, and then the braking system will pretty much be done. right, so now that we're done with the brakes, I think we're gonna move on to the clearance lights. Now, because my trailer's so wide, I think it's about 2150 wide, we need some clearance lights on either side. Now, the red faces to the back and the amber faces to the front. The Australian design rules compliancy is a little bit confusing when you have a read of it, in my opinion anyway. I could just be reading it wrong. So what I'm going to go with is just one on either side for now, and if it comes roadworthy time and they say that I need more, then I'll just have to add them in. Now, the best spot I think I can add these, where they're visible from the back and the front, and they're going to be staying out of the way from, you know, getting damaged by tree branches or different parts of the trail, is probably going to be on top of this mud guard here. Now, I know it's not ideal because you kind of want this flat surface to maybe prepare some food on, or you know, place your water bottles on or something like that, but it's only small, so I think it should stay out of the way. So let's have a look at sizing that up, see if it'll work for us, and we'll go from there. All right, so I've gone ahead and marked out on both sides where I want these lights to go. Now, these lights are pretty handy because you just bolt this little bracket down and then the light actually clips into it and clips out. What we need to do from here is drill our holes and bolt them down. I don't have any fasteners here that are suited to this bracket, so I'm gonna have to run to the shops and grab some. And after that, we'll start looking at wiring. All right, so our first clearance light's all bolted up in there now. I actually think it looks pretty good. I don't hate it. What I think I might do in the future, once it's all done, is maybe just smoke these a little bit so they don't stand out so much with the color. But for now, I think they'll do the trick. So let's get on to the other side and then we'll be done. All right guys, so just to recap what we've done today is we got the handbrake all squared away, the electric brakes are all wired up as well, and we got our clearance lights all fitted. Unfortunately, we don't have time to get those wired up today because I have to go off and do a few other things, so that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. But before we finish it up, I just want to give a quick shout out to a company that's based here in Brisbane called Rum and Coke. They make these hats, t-shirts, they also make these really cool cooler bags. This one's a 12 can holder, and they can put any design, logo, whatever you want on the front or the top. And then they also make these customized air fresheners as well with your logo or your design on them. So if you want to check them out, I'll leave the link in the description below. They ship anywhere, so check them out. So all you viewers that have seen my previous videos, you would have noticed I usually start my videos out with Welcome to the Bug Out Campers YouTube channel. And in today's video, I did change it to Welcome to the Bug Out Life YouTube channel. The reason I did that is because I think the word life compared to campers gives us a bit more of a broad spectrum of what we can upload on this YouTube channel. So it's not just caravans and campers. So what you'll see in the future is four-wheel driving videos, DIY videos, caravans, campers, overlanding, everything to do with all that you'll see on this channel. So from now on, you'll see the channel name will change as well to Bugout Off-Road Life instead of Bugout Off-Road Campers. Have no fear, we're not going anywhere, just a quick name change. But with all that being said, guys, thanks so much for sticking around. I really appreciate you guys watching my content, and I hope you enjoy it. If you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. In my previous video, I do announce a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, so check that out so you don't miss out. That's gonna be a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.